Okay, hello. My life has been a lot for a second. Can you all hear me, or am I having technical problems? Let me know. Because that would be the next thing that would go wrong. Yes, okay, let me tell you. Literally, like 10 minutes before I was gonna go live, my dad got here and was like, "So, I'm ready to work on your electrical in your back garage." And I was under the impression that the back garage meant that he could turn the power off in the back garage and not turn the power off to the house. That I was wrong about that, apparently. So he's like, "You're not gonna like do a live stream anytime soon." I was like, "Well, I was gonna do a live stream in about 10 minutes." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this without turning the power off." And I was like, "Oh God, okay." So for the last 45 minutes, we have been doing that. And he's like, since we're having like issues with your like power and I shut it off because it was making a horrible sound and then shorting, there's a potential that it could surge back into your house. So we had to unplug our computers to make sure that it didn't surge into expensive things in our house. And now we're here. So that is why I'm late. But let me stock these for you. We're doing tarot readings today. I thought it would be fun to do tarot readings with weird decks. So, like, I have a Mirror Vision deck. I have the Transparent Tarot deck. I have big tarot deck cards. I just thought it would be fun. So, that's where we're at right now. But if you are new to the stream and haven't been in a stream like this before, I usually will stock at the beginning of the live stream and then some point during the middle of the live stream. So if you come late, you have an opportunity to get a reading. They're not just sold out. So I'm going to stock 5 for you right now, and then we might restock later in the stream. So the link is at the top of chat. It's pinned there, but I will also give it to you here. Go on that, sign into like PayPal, I believe, if you're gonna pay through PayPal. I've never like actually purchased something from my Ko-Fi shop, so I'm not sure how it works, but people in chat have said that if you sign into PayPal prematurely, it allows you to buy things faster. So I'm gonna give you a second to do that before I restock it. But there'll be 5 there, and we're gonna do 3 card readings. And you get to choose what weird tarot deck you want. I can also do like a normal tarot deck if you have like a preference for that, but I'm just here. So I'm going to stock these and then I'll give you guys an update while you can purchase that. So 3, 2, you have them. They are there, restocked.
I love that everyone can see my Cheez-Its over here.
Yeah, it's product placement. Not a sponsor. Cheez-Its. That's what I think of every time I, like, watch anything. Because I was a marketing minor in college, and they would, on a regular basis, tell us to, like, watch TV for a few hours and be like, look at the background and figure out which things they're trying to promote. And MasterChef is a good one for that, because they always get sponsored by Walmart.
I also think it's funny that you can't see, like, my screens so well that I'm editing.
I could, like, scoot you out if you want me to.
Oh, no, I don't care. I think it's funny.
Now you can only see half of the screens.
I told you it's fine. I don't care.
Riker is editing our ghost hunting videos from New York. So if you guys were here for the New Year's Eve streams, also if you donated during that, I finished recording tarot readings and I'm going to send them to you, but that was supposed to happen this morning, and you all know that story, so now we're here. But within this week, you guys will be able to get the tarot readings, and then we're working on Discord readings, drawing readings, and we're gonna do the raffle this week. But we still have to contact you guys for the Discord readings. There's 4 of you that got that. So if you are interested or wondering where that is or when that's happening, we're working on it. January was a lot. But we, as you guys know, we went to New York. We have 4 videos for you coming out with 3 locations in February. So this is our New York season because we are going to be doing or releasing ghost hunts in seasons now. So we're going to go to a whole bunch, release those videos, and then take a month off, record more videos for you, release those, and that's going to be like our pattern. So for New York, the video that's going live this week is Wildwood Sanitarium, and there's been some crazy things that we didn't realize while we were there that we are realizing now, because after our last location, which was the Shanley Hotel, we figured out this really weird, crazy mystery, and the mystery kind of followed us through the other locations, but we weren't fully sure what was going on until the end. So if you also want to get in behind the scenes and join us for the launch party, we're going to be releasing that video on Thursday, and it's gonna be Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. We're going to premiere the video publicly, so we'll be in chat. But if you become a member, which I think the like command for that is in here. Hopefully Nightbot gives you the like link for that. But if you join members, you can get in on a Discord call with us, and we will tell you real time what we discovered throughout the entire like investigation. You'll get the like behind the scene tea from what's going on in the investigations, because this season is very similar to like Beale, where we were like uncovering like crazy things, like some little girl hidden in a room in a basement. We have something similar to that going on in this series, in this season, and we did not realize it until we got closer to the end of everything. So, did Pop leave with you both? Okay, well, I guess you guys know some of it, but like, go watch the live stream for the Shanley Hotel that's publicly on our channel. We're still really confused and like freaked out by the whole Pop situation. 'Cause literally, like, while we were in the garage with my dad doing electrical things, we were hearing a popping sound, like we were supposed to be there, and we were supposed to be late, and we were supposed to do these things. It's fine, I'm fine. But we have been just, like, hearing it and, like, second-guessing ourselves, because we're like, well, maybe we're just, like, now looking for the noise. But also, why am I annoyed by just constantly hearing it? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Go watch that live stream. But after this. So I have a couple readings. Hold on. I gotta get to my list of people. But I think there should be like 2 more. Yeah, there's 2 more for you guys if you guys are interested in a tarot reading. The first one is Honey Pies. So, Honey Pies, let me know if you're here and if you have questions for your reading. I also have lovely tarot decks for you to choose from. Let me just pull them out of the boxes. The boxes are really big. But I figured it would be a fun time to use all of my weird novelty decks because your girl is stressed, and I figured it would be a fun time. So, this one is Mira Visions. So, this one, you have, like, holographic, so it's, like, 2 cards in one. Gonna just make a pile on the floor. We have, big cards. If you want a comical experience. Okay, let me put that one on the floor. And we also have the transparent tarot deck, which are see-through cards. I'll be able to see them better, like, on my pink stuff. There's more in here. Hold on. Just gotta pull all of these out, and then we can do this a lot faster. Clearly, I was not prepared for this because, you know, wasn't prepared to have the power turned off in my house for a half hour. Okay, let me see. I like the first one. Oh, you like this one? Okay. Let me just finish pulling them out and we can use that deck. Did you have a question? Okay, I have one more. Well, okay, I guess I could do a couple more, but these are my weird novelty decks. Because your girl is bored of just doing, like, the regular ones. This is my demon deck. So, you could be read by the demons of the world. Those are the full decks that I have. If you would like a normal deck, I can give you that option as well, but... Because I also have a horror deck here, too. I don't know. That one is dope. Alright, alright. Honey pies. What is your question? Do you have one? Or would you like a general reading? Okay. Let me move some things around. Yes, I asked if it was possible to do a 3-card spread to see any past lives. Yes. Move this guy. This guy is just like, it's like reading a book. But we'll do the Mirror Visions, this guy. I'm sorry if I missed you saying it the first time. I just have a lot of things just everywhere and I need to organize it. Because, like, I have been using Riker's computer to stream because my desktop has been having problems connecting, which is a good time. So, yeah. Alright. So, we are going to do past lives. Have you read your past lives before? I feel like we have. Oh, God. Just a whole lot of electrical issues. I also low-key want to get closer with this. Hold on. I also could just, like, make this bigger. So you can see it a little better. Okay. So, your first card. No, I don't think so. Spirit guides, yes. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I feel like you have a female past life. She's from a time when electricity wasn't a thing, so they used, like, candlestick fire to see things. Which I also think is hilarious, because you want a past life reading, and this card literally says past lives on it. This is a death card. Anyways, I just think that that's really funny. And then you have the Chariot, and then the 9 of Pentacles. So, I'll start with your first card. So, your first card, you have the Death card. The Death card usually deals with something coming to an end in order to be reborn. That's literally such a wild pull. Yeah, I know. I picked it up and was like, wait, past lives? What card is this?
Need anything from upstairs?
No, I'm okay. The first thing, I feel like I don't know if we've read your, like, soul type as well, because you're in here a lot, so I'm, like, interested. I feel like you're kind of in between a death soul and a life soul. But there's this woman that's coming forward. She has brown hair. It's pulled back in, like, a bun. It's mostly straight, and she is in, like, a blue dress, but it's like one of those old-timey, like, house dress type things, but like older. I don't know what the right term is. She, like I said, is from a time when electricity wasn't existing. I feel like, God, she, like, gives me midwife vibes. So it's what she tells me about it is she's like, you helped bring in life into this world as much as you helped people pass on. I know that that sounds really weird, but she's like, the time in which you existed, I was a plant soul type. The time in which you existed, it's like you were bringing in children because you were a midwife. You were helped, like, babies come into the world, but you also had to help people through, like, losing their children or losing their wives, because it was a very hard thing to do back then because they didn't have a lot of, like, medical intervention. So that's why they're showing me this in, like, past lives versus death, because they make me feel like you sparked a lot of new things in other people. You touched people's lives and created, like, generations and generations of, like, differences in their lives. And then your next card, you have the Chariot card, and it's the Spirit Plane. God, this deck is just so cool. I'm sorry. But you can see that it's sideways. For me, a card, when it's sideways, it shows, like, a decision or action. And the Chariot card deals with forward progression. But when it is sideways, it's kind of like hitting the gas and the brake at the same time, which is why I'm getting this kind of, like, idea of you brought people into the world as much as you had to comfort people when it didn't work out. It's like you helped a baby's soul connect to where it needed to be, literally. And they, like, show me the lines in this card, the, like, spirit plane aspect of the card, of it's kind of like the, you know, the guys, the, like, the red string theory. It's kind of like you, like, tied the knot for different connections. And then your last card, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which transitions into the Nine of Trees. Yeah, my dad is inside my house.
I'm just making sure because Azrael was angry when I went up there.
Yeah. So Nine of Pentacles, you can see it's upside down or in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles, it usually deals with, like, luxury and, like abundance or self-sufficiency. But when this card is in reverse, it's kind of like the opposite of that. So it's more so you overinvest yourself into work, and it's kind of a, like, they want me to say it's a lack of independence. You didn't do this by yourself, you did it with other people. Like, you existed to help other people, so you didn't have an independence. It was not your decision. It was a decision that you made with, like, your person that you were working with, your, like, patient, and it was a decision that you also made with, like, your guide, spirit, that sort of thing. So, do you have questions? These are so pretty. Yeah, aren't these cards crazy? I feel like you struggled with fertility in this life. Also, let me know if you have questions. I'm just going to give you more information that I see with her. But I feel like you struggled with fertility. I feel like you had a child, but you had a daughter and she passed away soon after birth. So you struggled with that and that triggered the midwife path for you. But I feel like you had a husband. Is this true?
Yes.
I feel like your husband also passed away. I feel like, I don't know, they make me feel like he had like pneumonia or something, some sort of upper respiratory thing that he potentially gave to the rest of your family at the wrong time, and he passed away from it, and your daughter passed away. Your daughter was like an infant. I feel like you also got sick, but you fought it off. So much sadness. He killed my family. Yeah. It was not intentional, obviously, but he was a very good man, from what I can tell. He's a very, like, kind, upstanding person, but I feel like you guys were on the poor end, and he couldn't afford to not go to work, so that's what made it worse. I feel like he worked in some sort of, like, factory. So that's kind of like what unfortunately did it. He had a like low paying job and it caused like lung issues. But do you have any questions before I move on to the next person? And the next person is Miki. So, Miki, while you come back and tell me what your question is, let me know what deck you would like to use. So, I have Mira Visions holographic deck. I have Demon deck, Big deck, and I also have Transparent deck. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever one you would like. Hey, I'd love a reading from any of your weird decks you've drawn to. I'd love a reading in respect to my work. Thank you, I have no questions. Okay. Big deck energy. I want to, like, read you with this one. But, let me see. What does that look like? No, you can see it on this. I don't think I need the white, but we'll see. It comes with, like, a white cloth. Let me just see what's better. The white cloth is better. We'll use the white cloth. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. I think there might still be one more available as of right now, so if you guys are interested, there's one more for now. I might restock if you guys are still interested after we get through these. Alright, so we're doing Miki, and then after Miki I have Very Reckless, and then for me. Shuffling this deck is kind of a nightmare because it's plastic. It's literally like plastic cards. So it's like getting paper cuts from plastic sheets. But we're reading Miki on their work. White makes the colors pop. Yeah, it makes it easier to read. Oof, yeah. And this one. Okay, so I have a knight. I'm pretty sure this is the world. Okay, so we have 21. So with these cards, basically what you are supposed to do is like you place them on top of each other and they are supposed to like convey a certain meaning. So I'm gonna give you 2 sets of these because that'll make it more fun. Hi, Kristen. Oh god, okay. That one, apparently. This card needs to go the other direction. There we go. Alright. So this is for Miki's work. Okay, so 21. Let me like make sure I get these cards right for you. 21 is the world. So this is the world card and the Knight of Wands. And then we have the 7 of Wands and 8. What is 8? 8 is strength. This is not a strength card. I don't know, maybe it is. I would have to look up what this card is, but it says 8. So that tells me that this is supposed to be strength, but it looks like the justice card.
I think that is justice.
Okay, great. Thank you. Riker says they think it's justice. It looks like the justice card to me. But
Because I think strength has like a lion or something on it.
yeah, no, you're right. Because that's the normal iconography of it. Because justice usually has the scales.
Yeah.
It just has the number 8 on it. And that's what confuses me. The numbers confuse me. Anyways, we'll start with your first 2 cards. So with the transparent deck, you have these 2 cards laid on top of each other. Your bottom card, you have the Knight of Wands, and on top you have the World card. So the Knight of Wands usually is like Knights deal with movement, and Wand cards usually deal with ideas or inspiration. It's like a creative spark. And with the Knight of Wands, it's an inspired action. So it is taking your ideas in your head and pushing them forward. How do we get them to go forward? How do we get more and more and more? And then you also have the World card laid on top, and you can see it's going over this person's head. And to me, the World card usually deals with like fulfillment, completion, that sort of thing. And with these 2 cards together, they are giving me the idea of the thing that's important to you or the thing that is fulfilling to you is putting your ideas into motion. So when you get into a field where that is not happening, you feel stuck and you feel like you're going against the grain. So that's what these 2 other cards are making me feel like. So with these 2 cards, you have the 7 of Wands and the Justice card. The 7 of Wands usually deals with some sort of like perseverance. It's some sort of challenge that you are standing your ground towards. You're standing up for yourself. But you can see with this card, it's kind of like you are fighting against some sort of outside exterior. And they make me feel like, especially with these 2 cards together, if you continue to stay over here, nothing is going to like truly happen. Because with the Justice card, as you can see with the 2 scales, the Justice card represents a cause and effect. So it's very much when you have these 2 scales, you need to put causation into the universe in order to get them to move. So once you do something, you will get an equal and opposite reaction to whatever has been done. So like you putting a weight into one of those scales is going to cause an equal and opposite reaction. It's the cause and effect aspect. So they're like, this is what you want. You want some sort of fulfillment in your life. And you can see that it's very colorful. It's in your mind space and it is on a very creative character. This is someone that wants to put their ideas out there. But you feel stuck in this sense because every time you try to do it, there's all of these other like people getting in the way, causing you to not be able to push forward, which is making these stay in the same place. You're staying very stagnant. You're staying not in motion. You're not going towards this because you are fighting the opportunity that you have. So in order for you to push forward, you need to be able to, they want me to say you need to be able to make some sort of cause in a different direction. So they're like, this is not your path. You need to go push somewhere else, and then that will make this fall down. Because what they're showing me with this is it's like, you're trying to go this way. That's clearly not working. This is your equal and opposite reaction, is like being met with reinforcements. You need to go to the easier path, going more so with the universe, and going more towards these ideas, more towards the creative ideas. Stop fighting something that isn't working anyways. And that's why you've been feeling so like stuck, is because you've been fighting everybody else's ideas about how you're supposed to do things, what you're supposed to do, and you're not going into the more creative aspect of what's actually going to make you happy, what's going to make you feel truly challenged in a forward progression manner, instead of feeling stuck fighting all of these like ideas and thoughts from other people. Does that make sense? Because they make me feel like you're very stuck right now, because what you want to do is this. You want to have like a creative outlet to express the ideas in your head and to continue to be challenged in a forward progression way. Because they're like, you need, the way I like am thinking about it in the sense of this is like, it's like when you get a career or position, you get to a certain point and then they just keep you there, and then you feel like, oh, I just need to work harder and then I can progress to the next step. But you never progress because they want you to stay in the same place. They like find a place for you, and it's easier for them to keep you there instead of allowing you to get better, push forward, and continue to create challenges for you to move forward within this career path. Is my lack of focus where I'm hitting a boundary? I feel like I want to contribute towards a project I'm on, but I feel like it's a matter of my own lack of knowledge, so I struggle with pushing forward. The pushback that you are feeling, the reason why you feel like that is because of these other people telling you. So they make me feel like your lack of knowledge is not necessarily the issue. It is an issue because other people want to be right over you. So you have a lot of like authority figures that see themselves as more knowledgeable as you. So having you come into a picture and be like, oh, well, why don't you try this or that or this? They don't want to try it in a new way. They want to try it in the like tried and true way, because it's more along the lines of more of a like mundane, we need it to work in this very specific manner, as well as like a little bit of arrogance in the sense of, I have experience, you don't, so you shouldn't have a say in how we do this differently. This isn't like a tried practice, but your ideas would actually contribute to the project. That's what they make me feel like. They make me feel like what you're doing is a fresh look onto a new project. You may not have all of the answers, and that's where the other people with experience are supposed to help and lift you up. But they make me feel like they are doing the opposite of that to sort of like strong arm you, in the sense of, you know your place, I'm above you, don't like put input into things when you don't have the experience to. So they make me feel like a lot of times you feel like you have less experience than you do, because you feel worried about like intercepting your ideas in the case of being a bother. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm talking in circles, but the main idea is you feel like you're at the bottom of the level and there's so many people up here, and every time you try to engage with them, they like push you back down and be like, stay here. Does that make sense? Just looked up the deck. 8 is strength. Yes. Yes. I don't know why it says 8 on here. But that is not the strength card iconography.
I don't know. I would read that as justice.
I read it as justice too, because I'm pretty sure there is a card in here that has a lion on it. It's not.
I know for a fact there is.
And the lion iconography is strength. So, while you answer, Miki, I'm going to find the strength card just to prove to whoever made this deck that has to be a misprint. Yes, that makes sense. Should I try to accept the ambiguity or, like, develop myself internally and focus on what I can? Like, control the controllable. Sorry, I am asking your guides about that because to me, I feel like the people that you're working with are the wrong people for you. Here it is. Why does it say 11? What's 11? Is 11 justice? Because I'll die. 11 is just... They had to switch these.
I swear, I think they did. Because that looks like strength.
This one's strength. Yeah, that's weird. Why it's confusing to read this deck. I have to look at the book and see if they did that on purpose. They make me feel like you shouldn't be working with those types of people. Because I don't think there's going to be a situation where they, like, listen to you and take you seriously. It's kind of like when you start out at a job, when you start working very young, and they never see you anything else but, like, a young kid starting their first job. They, like, treat you like an intern. Does that make sense? They make me feel like the place in which you are at, like, physically the job you're at, is going to continue, like, even if you push past it and they give you, like, a promotion and put you into new, like projects or whatever, they will still always put a cap on you. So if you want to progress, you are going to have to understand that, and at some point you are going to have to leave to find a job that treats you like the senior and not the intern. Yes, it does. I'm definitely a junior resource in terms of skill. That makes sense. Yeah, that's what I was trying to, like, explain. It's very much like these people, like, as much as you want to learn and progress, these people are preventing you from doing that. And it is because they think that you are not knowledgeable enough for them to listen to. And that is an issue. You can learn from them. You will not be able to stay there forever if you want to continue to progress, because they will get you to a certain point and that will be about it. Also, when you read, are you interpreting the deck's energy or is it guided by a guide? Sometimes when I pull my cards are on point and other times it makes no sense, so wondering how they are guided. So for a long time, I don't know, this is like a very confusing thing to say. A lot of times people think that tarot cards are, like, picked by spirit, and in some ways they are, in some ways they're not. Because, like, I could literally have, like, my cat pick out cards for you and I could read them because I am listening to the things around you. I'm listening to your guides. I'm listening to whatever needs to convey information. And the cards are just opening up, like, the questions of what to focus on. So, like, let me not use that deck, because that deck's going to be hard to set up again. So, like, if we have, I don't know, the Three of Wands, you pull that card out, I will be like, okay, the meaning of the Three of Wands is, like, it's kind of like growth. It is, like, progression, expansion, opportunity. So then I will ask your guides and be like, why is this card here? What do I need to know about expansion, progression, opportunity, and then they will tell me about that. So it is a combination of psychic information that I just get about you, because a lot of times when I read people, I will immediately be like, okay, this is how I feel your personality is and how I feel things are going around in your life. And then I will have a like some sort of spiritual being guiding that is actually like communicating and saying, this is what's going on. This is how the situation is playing out. So it's kind of like the tarot cards are a guide for me to be like, okay, we're going to focus on this area of your life in this sort of manner. So when you just do like mediumship or just like psychic readings, it's harder to be like, okay, I'm going to read you. I don't know what to think about because you're a very like in-depth individual. So it's kind of like, okay, let's talk about whatever the meaning of the Nine of Wands is, or like let's talk about whatever the meaning of the Ten of Wands is. Swords. You can tell I don't read these cards very much, but it is a combination of all of that. So it's very much like it doesn't necessarily matter what the cards say. It's more so like a starting point. Got it. Okay, thank you. No problem. Okay, so we're on Berry Reckless. Do you have a idea of what deck you would like me to use? And do you have a question? All right, read me to filth. With this guy? Okay, with the Big Daddy. Riker decided to wear their daddy hat today. They're not going to turn around. That's why I said it quietly. Welcome to Scooby Snack. I do think it's funny that Stream Elements is like, Kristen became a sponsor. Got that big deck energy. Listen, I did a whole stream a while ago with just this deck. And people literally told me that, like, there were people on TikTok that use this deck, like, flawlessly. And I don't understand how. Okay. There's one. We got the Seven of Cups. Like, how do you shuffle, like, a book? Okay, that one. We'll do the bottom one. Okay. Ace of Wands. Did you have a question, Very Reckless? It looks like a struggle. Okay. And Ace of Pentacles. Those are your 3 cards. What is your question? But, like, do you see these? Like, they're bigger than my hand. They're bigger than both my hands. What?
You do have small hands.
You know what they say about small hands?
I don't. What did they say?
I don't know either. I'm autistic. Bigger than your head, yeah. I have a slightly larger than normal head, though. It might be my hair, though, so that might be actually, I'm lying about that. And the only reason I know that is because I used to fit helmets on people for horseback riding. And the average size is a 7, and I'm a 7 1/8, so I'm 1/8 bigger. Small hands, big deck. Those cards give me dizzy energy. I mean, look at them. The card itself gives me dizzy energy. But, Very Reckless, do you have a question? Oh, wait, sorry. I'm not reading chat very well. Anyway, no question. Just read whatever you think. Okay. So, first card, you got 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups, usually it represents having a lot of choices. Like an overwhelming amount of choices. And because of that, you don't really know what to do in that situation. It's like being overwhelmed by just choice itself. It's kind of like you worry that you're going to make the wrong choice because there are too many choices. So instead of progressing, it makes you feel like you are stuck And the longer you wait to figure it out, the more these choices are going to slowly go away. So you feel this like unnerving pressure to sort of figure it out, but at the same time, you don't want to make the wrong choice. So it's like going against the clock, plus also like trying to figure out the quote unquote right answer. But I don't know. I find it interesting that you have these two cards in reverse. And they're both ace cards. So you have this. This is the thing that is kind of like the issue. That's the problem of there's too many options, which is making you feel frozen in decision making. And that is causing confusion with these two opportunities because aces usually represent some sort of new thing or new opportunity. So the first one you have is the Ace of Wands. Wand cards deal with ideas or inspiration. So it's usually some sort of spark of creative energy. And the Ace of Wands in reverse makes you feel very discouraged because you have a lack of direction of what you want to do. It's like, again, you have all of these ideas, so many ideas in your head just bouncing around, but you're worried that you'll never be able to actually put them together in an orderly fashion to make something along the lines of your dreams come true. If there is a spirit associated to that deck, she looks like a female knight that has boss lady and Elden Ring energy. Yeah, this deck is really weird to read because it has like a sense of humor, and I also see it sort of like you know those like toys that have like where you can like build monsters and stuff like that, and you can like change the eyes or like change the hair or like change the body or the head. That's what the guide makes me feel like. It's kind of like always changing parts. But with these two cards, it's very much like you have so many ideas and so many good ideas, and you are very, very dreamy and passionate about every single one of those ideas, which is what is causing you to not choose any of them. It's like you have opportunity at your fingertips, but you are worried about it never fully being what you want it to. Hold on. Okay, sorry, my computer was gonna die. Because obviously I can't use the computer in front of me to do this. I have to use my laptop over here. But it's this like, you're worried about making the wrong choice, and because you are so invested and like emotionally attached to these dreams in your life, it is causing you to second guess doing them because you don't want to be disappointed. And then your last card, which is the Ace of Pentacles here. The Ace of Pentacles, you can see, is upside down and in reverse as well. The Ace of Pentacles is usually some sort of like financial, career opportunity, manifestation, that sort of thing. It's usually some sort of physical opportunity. But again, it's in reverse because it is like, they make me feel like you might be worried about the money aspect of going after your dreams. And that is one of the reasons why you're letting it go past you. Because you're like, they want me to say you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. In the sense of it's kind of like, what they want me to say is kind of like you like want to be, and this is an example, you want to be an artist, but you're afraid you're going to end up on the streets and become a starving artist. It's like, these are your dreams and passions, and these are the things that you've wanted for so long, but you know that there are a lot of restrictions to it, and if you do it wrong, you could just lose it altogether. So you're like stuck between a rock and a hard place. But you only get stuck in those positions if you are thinking you're going to. It's like when you're riding a horse and the horse starts losing his mind, like bucking and trying to get you off, if you start looking at the ground at where you're going to fall, you're going to fall there. So stop planning your fall and instead plan what it looks like to be successful. Because even if you decide to be like, I don't know, like Van Gogh, like literally doing like beautiful like pieces of art, like being a painter, being a sculptor, like very weird niche things that don't really like make a lot of quote unquote money in this day and age, there are still ways of being successful in it. You can start a business with it and paint on YouTube and have people watch you do it that way. Or you can sell it on Etsy. Like there are a lot of different ways to make it successful. But if you are constantly planning for it to not work out, then it won't. And you will fall off the horse at the exact point on the ground in which you are looking at. Does that make sense? Do you have questions about that? But yeah, there's like a lot of choices and a lot of things that you want to be doing. Oh, it tells me when people subscribe to Stream Elements. Makes sense. Yeah, dude, I feel kind of called out by these cards as well. Because I'm like, I'm stressed. There's about 150 things that I can do, but only 3 of them will actually work. So it's kind of like, it's not a question of what you should do. It's a question of what you want to do. You know what the end goal is, so start making plans for what that looks like. And don't worry about the things that you don't have. There's still always an option. The first and second card definitely read my Libra energy. Forever stuck making decisions I don't want to make. Dude, same. Decision making is difficult and unwanted. I just need to literally pay someone to make decisions for me. Do you have questions? Don't focus on what bad things can happen. Focus on the good of it. Got it. Nope, I'm good, thank you. Okay, there is still one available if you guys are interested, but we're on For Me. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Are you in chat? If so, let me pull out cards for you and you can choose what deck you would like. You have Big Deck. You have Demon Deck. We have Holographic Deck. And we have Transparent Deck. Okay. Hi, I was honored to get a reading from you two this past summer. I'm curious if there are any updates to that reading from the universe and if the readings I've been trying to do myself are accurate, especially since I have no idea what I'm doing. Both your readings and the one I recently have been doing myself are related to career and love. Does that make sense? If you have any insight yourself to give me, that would be awesome too. If it doesn't make sense, then do whatever, I don't know. Thank you. No preference on deck. Okay, and we're gonna do a demon deck just because I haven't used it yet, so I'm sorry if that's not what you want. But if you don't want it, you can also tell me. But I also think it'll be interesting. Look at this thing. Just like moving it around is like hard. Okay, that's the last one. I will restock in a second. Fine with me. Fantastic. Okay, so I don't remember exactly the reading that we gave you in the summer, because that was a while ago and we do a lot of readings. So that might actually help the situation. So we're doing career and love. So 4 of Cups. Eight of Cups. Okay. Okay, and this one. 2 of Cups. Okay. These all say the same thing. So, let's start with your first card. You have the 4 of Cups. And this is Shex. I don't know exactly how to say all of these demons' names. But if I can read the bottoms for you, it says steals or fetches anything requested, including money and horses, reveals the secret things, brings questionable familiars. Interesting. Whatever that means. He does have a horse, which is fun. I wish he would bring me a horse. That seems questionable to me. I trust you. I don't want you to remember. It makes it more real to me. Exactly. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like this is for both situations. Again, I'm going to give you the disclaimer. Future things can change. It is based upon your free will. You do not have to listen to me. A lot of times I tell my people, tarot cards will represent the path that you have questions about. So it is not the path that you necessarily take. It is the one that you want to know about. So that's what this is. And I'm saying that because this is going to be an interesting reading for you. So first off, Four of Cups. The way I read the Four of Cups is it is kind of like, the way I view it is you have 3 cups in front of you. And you are so focused on these 3 cups that nothing else exists. So you think these are the only opportunities that I can have, period. However, because you are so focused on these 3 opportunities, 3 things, you don't notice an opportunity knocking on your door that's coming from behind. You don't notice a 4th cup. And that is the issue because it causes you to miss that opportunity. And that first card represents the like idea or topic of the spread. So it's very much a like out of sight, out of mind mentality right now because they make me feel like you are aware that there are opportunities back there, but you are making sure to not look in that direction because if you can't see it, then it's not real. Does that make sense so far? Because I said this is your first card, and it's very like a it's a weird feeling for that card because most people I feel like don't realize that there's an opportunity coming from behind, but for you, I feel like it is you don't want the opportunity, and I say that because your other cards are not the greatest. So your next card, you have the 8 of Cups. And I can read you what this guy is. This is Vepar. Guide of the waters, can make storms and rough seas, causes men to die in 3 days of putrid wounds, which is fun, I guess. But the 8 of Cups usually deals with some sort of like abandoning of plans or letting go, withdrawal. It is leaving something that is no longer serving you to go find something better. And this is why I say there is an opportunity that is causing you to leave what you have to go find something that is more aligned and better suited for you. And that is kind of setting up the scale. And I want to say it is for both love and for career. So it is a lot of like change because there is this feeling that you are settling for the 3 things that are in front of you. So the 3 things is how you view reality, how you view society. But for some reason for you, it just feels like there's something wrong. Like you're settling for something that you shouldn't be. But because everyone is acting normal about it, you're like, maybe this is just how it's supposed to be. Maybe I'm just supposed to like deal with it. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's like a me issue. But in your head, you have to like ignore the little voice in your head saying that things are not the way you want them to be and settle for what you think a society will allow for you to be. So it's kind of like if you are constantly with like toxic people and you have to like withdraw some of your own needs to make sure that you are taking care of these other toxic people in your life, you start thinking in your head, this is normal, this is just how it is. Like, there's no perfect world where all of my needs get met. There are some of my needs that I need to, like, let go of. But in your head, you constantly feel like, something is off, I just don't feel good about it, but I just know that there's nothing I can do about it. And this spread is very much, like, giving me that vibe. Because they're like, once you leave whatever situation is causing you to think that, then you will start realizing you don't need to settle for that. And that's actually what all of that, like, toxic energy, whether that be career, people, whatever, is making you feel like. Making you feel stuck and like there's no other option to get everything fulfilled and met. But there is. As your last card, you have the Two of Cups. And you can see the Two of Cups is upside down or in reverse. And we have Salos, I believe that's how you say it. And it says, causes the love of women to men and of men to women. So, Two of Cups is my, it's like my marriage card. So, it is duality, partnership, that sort of thing. But when it isn't reverse, it is kind of the lack of that. So, it is disharmony, it is unhappy couples, it's breakups, it's that sort of thing. But it also represents self-love. So, it is taking yourself out of a relationship that is not necessarily aligned to you and seeing yourself for who you are and putting love towards you. So with this card here, it's very much a like, don't allow yourself to have the needs that you need met. Don't allow yourself to settle and ignore those things. So with this full spread, there has to be some sort of change that goes on in your life in order for you to feel better about things. You have felt bad for a very long time and things feel a bit up in the air. And you are settling for things, so it feels like it's just a normal occurrence. But once you start advocating for yourself with this card, you will start seeing that you do not need to settle for things and you can actually be the person you want to be. Do you have questions? Does this make sense? Hopefully I'm reading on what you want me to be reading on. Sometimes they just do whatever they want. Especially with this demon deck. But let me know if you have questions, all of that stuff. And I'm going to also queue up the next person, which I believe is Kristen. Kristen, you have the next tarot reading, so I'll pull cards out for you. You can choose a deck while I get questions from For Me. But yeah, take your time in asking them as well. No stress in... Yeah. Oh, here it is. I was like, where did that other deck go? Here it is. 'Tis me. Yes. Okay, so it does make sense in a way. Can I ask, is this true? Your answer is yes. Riker, is this true? Riker, is this true?
No.
Riker says no. I'm sure that does not help you. But maybe it does. I don't know. I will go with a transparent deck. Cool, cool. Hold on, there's a card up here. Just a general reading is good.
Yeah, sorry. I'm listening to the video. I can't.
Oh yeah, no, I saw you were. That's why I like...
I'm I have the stream and chat open over here, but I'm like...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's hard to listen to my voice over here and in the video, so...
It's actually not bad, because we're talking about completely different things.
Well, still.
Yeah, but I know what your rating voice sounds like versus your investigation voice.
That's like one of the most autistic things that I've heard, I think.
Well, you're like, okay, I'm like serious trying to figure out what's going on.
That's a mystery.
And then you're like, okay, so it's like a higher, your voice goes higher when you're giving readings, that's why.
Okay.
Okay, what the fuck?
What's up, you guys?
It's Sam and Colby.
Dude, if we ever meet Sam and Colby, I need to force them to allow us to do their intro. Anyways, they full me says, hold on, I'll find it. Okay, I have some thinking to do. Thank you so much, though. No problem.
like if Sam and Colby ever like do find our channel, they're just gonna find like a list or like so many clips of us being like, "What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby."
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
You guys would be baffled about how often we do that at investigations too.
It's just it's an autistic stim. I can't stop it. But it's just, you can tell that they, like, started their channel in the 2000s, because that is a very 2000s YouTuber thing, where you start the video screaming at the person. Mm-hmm. But we could do it. We could, like, what's up, guys? It's Em and Riker. I really just, like, I need to just collab with them, just so I could do their intro for them. Mm-hmm. What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
And
I just love it. I love people's intros. They're so great. We don't have an intro.
We don't have a set one.
We need you guys to help us with that. Maybe. I don't know if we can do an intro. We really suck at intros, which is why we take everybody else's.
I don't think we need one. I think it's
exactly. I'm like, what's up, guys? It's Em and Riker. Okay. Well, I'm on Kristen. We're doing a general reading. Also, let me set this up for you. Just set the scene. Okay. My cat just came to the computer and said hi. That's fantastic. What does your cat look like? Also, do you know Sam and Colby are posting a video this month? And they said it's gonna be like, I don't know. Did you guys see their last video where they're like, we're changing the channel? They like talked about that in their Instagram, how they're like changing their video content and they're not gonna be they're not gonna be filming together. So I'm like, what does that mean? Because I thought they were going back to like exploring stuff, but that doesn't seem like they're doing that either.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm just excited. I just want to see. Our niche is just like absolutely on fire.
It's true.
So it's a lot of fun stuff to watch. She's a cutesy little tabby cat. Her name is Billy. That is adorable. We have a lot of cats, as you guys probably know. This one needs to be here too. I'm gonna pull a fourth card too. But in the future, I need specifically to have an orange Maine Coon cat, and I need them to be a boy, because I need to know what it's like to combine the two things in this world that have the least amount of brain cells.
Yeah, Azriel was talking smack to me when I was filling up my water bottle.
Azriel was talking smack to you?
Yeah, no, he was like, he's upset that we're not up there with him.
Yeah. Azriel is our Maine Coon. He is not a orange Maine Coon, unfortunately. He's black smoke, and he has opinions if we don't go out and hang out with him for long enough each day. So, there's that. So, her brother is Jimmy from the same litter, and the cat's home. It's so cute. Yeah, we're trying to convince Riker's mom to get 2 Maine Coon cats, and I specifically need her to get them and then invite me over to her house for a week so that I can touch them together. Anyways, Kristen, your general reading with the transparent deck. Let me see what these cards are, to be honest. So we have the Fool card, and yeah, and the 6 of Wands. And then I think these are the 5 of Cups. Okay. This is an interesting combination. Alright. So, we'll start with your first 2 cards. So, the one on the bottom, this is the Fool card. And then the one that is laid on top is the 6 of Wands. So, this is going to be a very, like, kind of, make me feel like cringy, sugar sweet, like, reading. But with these 2 cards kind of combining, you can see it's kind of like growing your wings. And we'll start with the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands usually deals with some sort of, and it's upright, it deals with some sort of success. This is success, victory, accomplishment. It's public recognition. This is like, you've done it. And the fact that they have laid it over the Fool card and it has made this beautiful, like, butterfly wing that you're growing on here, and it is opposite. It's so good. I can't make this shit up. My whole life is cringe, M. It's literally just like, it's too sweet that it makes your teeth hurt. That's what this reading looks like to me. So it's very much like you're starting to actually grow your wings. God, they want me to say a blessing in disguise. Dude, who is talking? Did I tell you about a pink spirit guide? Does she smell like candy? Like, what?
Does she taste is just...
Does she taste like it hurts your teeth to eat candy? Oh, she's just like, she wants me to say, you've been through hard fucking shit and your life can finally start. It's like, you have lived with all of these restrictions in your head for so long, and this, like, mentality of you have to play the game in order to succeed and be successful, that, like, having horrific things happen to you has reset things for you and made you see that all of those restrictions are actual bullshit. Yes, I have a red pink spirit guide. Yes, I remember telling you about a pink one specifically. They're female, right? I didn't know spirit guides had a taste. Yeah. She's just makes me angry. Just because she's so positive, and I'm like, can you not? I'm gonna go over here and be negative, and you can leave me alone about it. And she won't, and I feel like she does the same thing to you. But she literally is like, this horrific thing happened to you, and now she's like, you know what else horrific happens? Like, when you're a caterpillar and you literally get squished into this little ball and then you become a beautiful butterfly. And I'm like, ew, please stop talking. I can't do this today.
Is this true?
Yeah. You don't have to be sorry. So she's like, you finally have the confidence to actually do the things that you want to do in life, and it doesn't matter what anyone else says or what society says you should do. You don't care about that anymore. And then this card, you have the Sun card. A Sun card is warmth, abundance, positivity. It is everything the light touches is yours. What does pink usually mean? Pink is empathetic, protective love. So usually people that have pink spirit guides are caretakers for other people. They very much want to protect other people from feeling pain and suffering, so they will take it on themselves. And because of that, they usually get a pink spirit guide that does the same thing for them. So it promotes self-love towards them. And this spirit guide is like losing her mind, like crazy excited about everything. So you have this warmth, abundance. You finally feel like you can accept this into your life and that you are worthy of this. And it took a lot of pain and suffering for you to be able to see that, because you have the Five of Cups here. The Five of Cups deals with unstable emotions. So it's sadness, loss, grief, disappointment, pessimism. Someone is calling me. Oh God, hold on. Who is calling me? Strangers are calling me. Leave me alone. And I just wanted to make sure my dad wasn't calling me since he's touching the electrical stuff in my garage. I think he's done with that, potentially. So that's why I was worried. But Five of Cups is like deep, painful sadness. But you can see it's upside down or in reverse because this little guy is up in the corner here, up in the top corner. So it represents the release of that. It is acceptance, forgiveness, healing, and moving on. So these two cards together show me that you had to go through absolute hell in order to believe that the sun, which is warmth, abundance, positivity, whatever, could be in your life, that you are allowed to be happy and you are allowed to go after the things that make you happy. And Very Reckless, thank you so much for gifting memberships. We are doing a members only launch party of our ghost investigations on Thursday night. So the people that just got added, make sure to go hang out with us there. We also will be in chat in a premiere for it. Kristen says, yay, very positive reading. Yeah, I've seen some shit. They're like, nothing. Okay, they want me to say you're in an era of acceptance of it now, in the sense of like, you now have the mindset of, well, nothing could get worse than this situation. So like, why does it matter? Like, even if the worst thing happens to me tomorrow, I guess I could get through it because I got through the worst time of my life. So, do you have questions? Damn, I'll be working. Yeah, it'll be at 7 p.m. EST. We'll be in there for probably at least an hour, but it will be every Thursday for February that we'll be doing that. Do they have any information on friendships or a possible romance? Seven of Cups. They say that you need to figure out your own stuff before you can figure out that sort of thing. Because this card just so happens to be the friendship card. The Three of Cups here. But you can see it's upside down and in reverse. So it is like alone time and independence. And it is on top of the Seven of Cups, which is having too many choices. They make me feel like you need to find yourself, to find the friends that are going to be supportive of that. Because you're going through a lot of changes. So you need those changes to stop first before you find people that are going to stick. Does that make sense? So, because you're making so many changes, if you had like a relationship or a friendship come in right now, it wouldn't last very long because you are going to change faster than they would. You need to meet someone when the changes slow down, because then you will meet them at the same point in their life that you are in. Okay, makes sense. Thank you. I have totally uprooted my friend group because the other one was unhealthy. Dude, I know what it's like. I feel the same way. I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to have friends, but I got told the same thing by Riker. Okay. So, that is what I have for readings. Let's restock. The cards just keep falling onto my keyboard. Okay. This is the wrong mouse. Hey, Em, quick question. Can you ask my guides if I'm going to be able to find work soon or if I'm just not doing something right? Because it feels like doors keep shutting in my face and I feel lost. Give me a second and I'll answer that question for you. Okay, so I'm going to restock a few readings. I'm thinking... Okay, I'm going to go to 5... It's like 4:30 right now, so I could do another hour of these. And that would get me to 5:30. And then I should be able to go to the grocery store. I have to get eggs today. Which I know is like such a random thing to say. Because I don't need eggs for the reason that you think I need eggs. So let me restock this first, and I'll tell you why I need eggs.
Why are you stocking?
What?
Well, do you remember? I can come over. Do you remember in Wildwood when we were sitting at the seance table?
Yeah.
And we pulled out like the app or whatever. You ask like, is there like a weird man? And it says the Vox app immediately says like top to bottom, and you're like, should we switch rooms? Do you think that's referencing him being from the start to the finish of our investigation?
Oh gosh.
That's why I asked.
Well,
you,
that
is
would
this
make
true?
sense.
Yeah.
Dude, these videos are gonna be really good. But back to the egg story.
Sorry.
Okay, so there's readings available for you. There's 5 more. Here's the link. Did I give it to you? I did. If you guys would like a tarot reading, they're 35 or more, whatever you want to, whatever. People are getting them. Okay. So, I am going to do this, and then we have Coven tonight. So if you don't know what that means, Coven is our witchcrafting group. So over on Smoke and Mirrors, let me see if I can pull that up for you. It might be a second. But over on Smoke and Mirrors, we have a Patreon group where we do witchcraft together, and we call it Coven. And today we are seeing if we are cursed, hexed, or jinxed. So I need eggs for that. Ooh. Hold on. I don't want to log in. I might have to be haunted smoking mirrors. Give me 1 minute. I can do it on here. It will be fine on here. But back to Peachy Boy's question. I feel like doors keep shutting in my face. Let me grab this link for you guys. Okay. There's a link. So if you guys want to join Coven, go there. I think it's the $25 tier or higher. But for Peachy Gay Boy, and we have 3 readings so far. So for Peachy Gay Boy, sorry, I'm pulling some cards for you. I don't know what 12 is. Hangman. Okay, this is what they want me to tell you. I just needed to make sure. Okay, this is probably also not what you want to hear. But this is what they've been telling me, which is why I've been why I had to make sure. But they make me feel like you are going to need to make an opportunity happen with the resources that you have now. And they've been telling me a similar thing. So, how they're explaining it to me might make sense to you. So, in my situation, I am struggling financially, hence why we're doing a live stream. So, because of that, I'm okay, I could do this, and this in order to get money. And a lot of those I can't do because I won't be able to get the money fast enough to be able to pay my bills and still live in a house. So, like, I could go get a traditional job, but they're not going to pay me for 2 weeks because that's just how a job works. And I need to have the money now, otherwise I'm going to get kicked out of my house. So my spirit guides have been telling me, like, you already know the, like, restrictions that you have in your life right now. So why are you hoping for something to happen that is outside of the restrictions? Why are you looking at all of these things that you can't get and you can't have because of the situation you're in right now, when you should be focusing on the things that you do have and the resources you have at your fingertips? Does that make sense? So they're like, stop focusing about what you don't have and focus on how you can get by with the resources that you do. And I know that that is like a shitty way of putting that, because I have been told it the same way. It's going to be hard for a while until you are able to climb out of the hole that you're in. So they explained it to me in this way as well, of you fell into this pit. It fucking sucks in this pit. There's not a lot of light. There's not a lot to do. The only way out of the pit is to climb out of it. So this is your only option. You can't think about, oh, this is what I would do if I was, like, on the outside. This is what I would do if I had a cell phone. This is what I would do in this situation or that situation. Those don't matter because you can't do them. You're in a pit. The only way out is to climb out. There's no easy way out. It's just climbing. However, there are things that you can do to make it easier, in the sense of, like, while you are climbing out of this hole, make sure you are keeping a security net so that you can take breaks along the way. Does that make sense to you as well? Because it's like, for example, like in my financial situation, if I can get up a certain amount out of this pit that I'm in and then create like a security blanket for me to sit and rest while I wait for the next time to climb, then I have the energy to continue climbing until I get out. Once you get out of the pit, then you have opportunities. You need to get out of the pit first. So if that means, like, make sure you have enough money, make sure you have enough resources to allow yourself to sit and rest so that you can continue climbing, that is the security blanket theory. So they're like, that is what you need to hear as well. But I have some readings that people have purchased. Let me go back to the order list. So I have Erin, Allie, and Gina. Thank you so much. No problem. Yeah, I hope that helps, because specifically Richard, I talked to Richard about this, tells me those things. Because I'm like asking him, like, do I get a job? Like, what should I do? And he's like, is the job going to actually solve your problems? And I'm like, no. Okay, then what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to do my career that I'm doing now. And he's like, okay, so then what resources do you have to do that? Live streams. That's why we're doing live streams 4 days this week. So, first reading I have is for Erin. Hello. Let me take this out. Do you have a preference of deck? And do you have a question? I'll put the decks out so you can see them. So we have transparent deck, big deck, demon deck. Hello, Erin. Or holographic deck. Which, this is what it looks like. Beep, bop. So, let me know. Let me know which deck and if you have a question. Just anything I need to know from my guides. Okay, great. So we're going to do a general reading. Do you have a preference of deck? Big deck, please. You got it. Dude, I need a bigger desk. That sounds like a bigger issue than it needs to be. Riker and I are also planning on moving our basement around. So my computer would be flipped the other direction, so you guys would be facing the other way, that way. And then hopefully we do that this weekend. There's thunder going on upstairs, and it's my cats. Okay, we're doing general reading for Aaron. Oh, this one. Okay. Okay. I really don't know how people shuffle these. But first card, you have the Temperance card in reverse. And now you have another card. Four of Pentacles. Yes, I remember those. I want this one. Okay. Alright. So, I think there are still readings available. And people are still interested in reading. There's 2 spots left. And the order I have is Aaron, Allie, and then Gina. And we're doing Aaron's right now. So, let's start with, we have Temperance, the 4 of Pentacles, and then the 9 of Pentacles. And we're doing a general reading, so we'll start with Temperance. Okay. So, this is the Temperance card. The Temperance card usually represents a moderation of self. And the way I like to explain this card is it's kind of like looking in a pool of water. And with it being in reverse, it shows that the pool of water is like stormy, wavy, kind of a disaster. And the way that I interpret that is it's very much like Temperance is a reflection of who we are and who we are portraying. So when the pool of water is like filled with waves, we are not able to see our true self. We cannot see our reflection in the pool of water in front of us. So that shows me that we are putting on a mask and we are trying to portray ourselves as other people, and that creates a imbalance within our head. It causes disharmony within ourselves because it's very hard for us to understand like who we are, what's going on, what we actually want, how we feel, because we block all of those things off in order to maintain a character of what we should be, what we have as this mask. So that is the overall kind of topic of the spread, and it gets into these other aspects of how to flip this card over for you, about how to remove the mask, because they make me feel like you've become aware of it and you are working on getting rid of this because it doesn't feel like good anymore. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles, you can see, is upright. This card usually deals with holding on to things. And it's usually holding on to things that are no longer serving you. It's usually something that weighs you down. So with this card, it's kind of like a, they make me feel like it's an expectation that has made you feel comfortable over the years that is not working anymore and is causing you to always go back to this place. So what they want me to say is, a lot of things in your life will need to change or will change once you start coming out as who you are. Because people are going to question it, and it's going to change your relationships with them. It's going to change your relationships with work. It's going to change your relationships with everything in your life, because you are not going to be the person that everyone expects you to be. Because they also make me feel like you are sort of on the edge of like a people pleaser, which is the reason why we wear masks in the first place, is to make people happy. So it's kind of like you have an expectation of who you're supposed to be with every single person in your life, and you try your hardest to maintain that expectation for each person, and it's different for each person based upon your interactions with them. But it gets exhausting because you putting on a mask is constantly being aware of everything that you are doing, your mannerisms, what you're talking about, what you can share, what you can't share. And that is going into this Four of Pentacles in the mindset of like, you cannot have these coping mechanisms in order to move forward, because right now your coping mechanism with dealing with controversy, conflict, change is to resort back to expectation, which your expectations are what character you're playing for what play. So it's kind of like you need to develop new coping mechanisms, which are going to be more healthy ones, to deal with all of the change that are going on in your life. But it's hard to do that because your brain doesn't like that amount of change because it feels like an attack on your psyche. So your brain is always going to tell you to stay the same because that protects your psyche. Is this true? No. I get a no, whatever that means. But with the Four of Pentacles, it's kind of like you need to allow that restriction to go. Because you have an expectation, like a character, that you have it for yourself as well. Like, it's like you put a mask on for you. So until you are ready to fully stand up for like a new you and change people's expectations of you, you're going to keep going back to it, and it's going to be very confusing. Oh wow, this feels so true. I'm trying so hard to figure myself out right now. Yeah. Usually when you are trying to do that as well, there is some sort of like trigger moment that happens that causes the rest to flip as well. And what I mean by that is because you are starting to realize and recognize when you are putting the mask on, you are taking it off more often than you are not. So it's going to trigger a situation in your life that is going to force you to answer the question of, are you ready or are you not? Which is very much a like, I don't know, it's kind of like maybe you have like, you lose a job, you like change careers, you lose a friend, and other people are going to have like opinions about it, and they're going to share the opinions of like, you've changed, like why are you doing this? And you don't want to go back to the person that you were. So you stand up for yourself and you say, this is me, this has always been me. And you stand up for yourself over and over and over again, even at the like conflict of how other people want you to stay the same. And it's gonna suck, it's gonna be hard. But once that happens, you will feel like you can have any opportunity and be whoever you want for whatever. And then we'll go to your last card. Your last card is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is also reversed. So we had this card in this live stream. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of a like... It's like a lack of independence. And they make me feel like that is the thing that makes you worried. It's kind of like a worry of abandonment. Because the Nine of Pentacles is usually like abundance, it's luxury, it's like self-sufficiency. But with this card, it like takes away independence, it takes away like autonomy. It makes you feel not so great. And that is where this is like our fears about letting go and about being who we are. So we're worried about abandonment. Do you have questions for me? Is this true?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I also get yes. Riker also gets yes.
Were you just waiting for me to come back down?
No, I was actually reading the comments and then you said something and I was like, oh, this will be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cats are acting like it's already dinner time.
They have like an hour.
I know. They're already like walking around being little brats.
Dude, I wish it was dinner time.
What do you want for dinner?
What do you want for dinner?
We can do grilled cheese. We can do pasta.
Oh, God. We do this every day, and every time Riker lists out the options, I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
Guys, what do we want for dinner?
We have stuff for black bean tacos again.
Okay, listen. We have any new crawl space inhabitants?
Me.
Listen, we want to put Riker's computer over here, and we want to put something in the crawl space. I heard pasta in my head. Here's the options. We can have grilled cheese and potato soup, potato and cheese soup. We can have pasta. We have ravioli that we have to use.
Jade is picking up Olive Garden, and you're not gonna bring us any?
What the fuck? Jada, are you coming to Coven with Olive Garden? Because I want Olive Garden. Eyes.
Imagine doing an IRL Coven meeting where we go to Olive Garden and then do witchcraft. That sounds
Oh my
amazing.
God. Why don't you all live in the same place? I do want to do a retreat though, like a Coven retreat. Grilled cheese and potato soup all the way. I haven't even finished the options yet, Erica. So those are 2 options. We also have the option of burritos or black bean tacos. I think that's all the things you listed out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want tacos or quesadillas? One of the things that looks like a taco.
If we're getting eggs, we can spend some of them on breakfast for dinner, so we can have like eggs.
We could also do breakfast.
We can do breakfast burritos.
We could do breakfast burritos. We're getting eggs for Coven. Yeah, so do we want ravioli? Here, I'll put a poll up because I'm that kind of extra. And have everyone else make our decisions. Literally, what will happen, though, is you guys will make a decision, and then we won't do it. All right. Okay, we're going to have ravioli. I don't know how to spell ravioli, so don't make fun of me. Wait, it might tell me. Voila.
Ravioli.
Okay, ravioli, grilled cheese. And listen, Riker makes the best grilled cheese.
You just think everything that I do is the best.
They put, like, Boursin cheese in it. And we have potato soup. I could have 2 grilled cheeses. Because I don't really like grilled cheese that much. Except for when Riker makes it. Black bean tacos. Or I can do 4 options, so I'll do one more. Let's do breakfast burritos. Okay, there's the poll.
It's like we did just have black bean tacos, but we have stuff to make it again.
I know, but it sounds so good. I can't help it. It's fine. The next person is Allie. Allison. I usually go with easiest to make. Yeah, but Becky, we only eat 1 meal a day.
If it's easiest to make every single time, we're just gonna have pasta.
Use spaghetti for cord cutting. I really want spaghetti too. We have spaghetti. I bought some. We have like 6 boxes of orzo.
It's actually 4.
I remember there being like 6. There's 4 unopened ones and there's 2 opened ones.
There's 2 open ones.
Yeah.
There's 2 closed ones, and one of them is not orzo. It's a different kind of pasta. It's just
Okay, then I don't know.
I know because I just organized a new cabinet yesterday.
We got a new cabinet. The shrimp for Frito Mitzo is my favorite thing at Olive Garden. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. Other than the shrimp, I don't have any idea.
I also have salmon that I need to cook soon.
Do you want to have salmon?
No, because I don't want to deal with cooking it. Not before Coven.
Okay. Because the day you have that, I'm going to have grilled cheese. Because I just need, like, 3 of those sandwiches.
I was gonna maybe make you in like orzo that night.
You're gonna make me orzo that night?
Or
I'll
else
die.
burritos, so I
I'll
can
die.
have like a salmon bowl or something.
Do you still need more stock?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's stock. I think that the
I just
shop over by us
I
has
have
stock.
$0,
Got you.
so
Okay.
from the UK is all around just pasta. Yeah, it's like Italian.
What
Breakfast burritos. He's winning.
Dude, literally a 3-way tie and then breakfast burritos is on the top.
Cause I can do eggs, and we have the potatoes, so I can like crisp up the potatoes, and we can have like an egg potato and like cheese burrito.
Sounds good to
If
me.
you even want a side, we have French toast sticks or pancakes.
Dude, we have French toast sticks and they're the best thing I've eaten.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Anyways, Allison, you guys can think about that pool right there, and I'm gonna read Allison. Allison, do you have a preference of deck? Do you need to see them again? Spaghetti tacos. iCarly, that sucker. Listen, I've had spaghetti tacos before. They're not as good as
You have.
yeah. It was when I was living with my parents. But I don't think I know how to combine the two. So if Riker did it, it'd probably be the best thing I've ever eaten. However, I don't know how to cook like Riker does. Italian food for the win. Now I use what calls to.
Can I pick?
Yes.
Yes.
These for Allison. That's what I was gonna choose too. You get demon deck. So the demons are gonna talk to you.
The demons.
I tried spaghettis and syrup from the Elf movie.
I love Elf. That's the only Christmas movie I like.
Nine of Wands, 8 of Cups. Hello.
Oh,
I like you.
I like it.
Oh fuck. This one is clearly not it. Does anyone think people that are from Coven that are in here, does anyone think they're actually cursed? Or I think the correct word is hexed. Cursed is like a big deal, apparently.
Cursed, hex, jinx, any of the above.
I think jinxed is like the least.
Yeah.
And then hexed is in the middle, and then cursed is like a hard thing to do. Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite Christmas movie. I've never seen that movie.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I've never seen it.
But I think it's because everyone who like loves Nightmare Before Christmas always makes it their like entire personality.
No, that's actually true.
At least the people that I've met.
It's
Like,
more
so
like
it's
a
like-
Tim Burton made that, right?
Yeah.
It's more like I feel like a Tim Burton thing. They like make Tim Burton their whole personality.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm. So I like get that too. Stop motion animation kind of creeps me out. Anyways, Allison, we're doing a general reading for you, I believe. And we have some cards for you. So first card we have is the Nine of Wands. I have no idea how to say this guy, but I'll read what it says on the bottom. A strong and faithful fighter, follows all commands and answers all questions. So, it starts with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is usually, it's usually like a test of faith. It is persistence and a can-do attitude. This I usually view as like, it's kind of like you're going up a mountain and you're almost at the top of the mountain. However, you are at the hardest part, you are at the steepest part of the mountain that you have to continue climbing. So you are working towards getting to that full completion. And for me, it's usually about either figuring out how to go forward or figuring out how to get onto a different mountain to go like higher on a different mountain. But They make me feel like you are like full speed ahead on whatever endeavor this is talking about. So your next card is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is upside down or in reverse. And we'll read it. It says, the Guide of Waters is Vepar. Guide of Waters can make storms and rough seas. Causes men to die in 3 days of putrid wounds. But it's upside down or in reverse. And the Eight of Cups is one that we've pulled before in this live stream. And the Eight of Cups deals with abandoning of plans. So it's leaving something that is no longer serving you to find something better. This card is in reverse though. So it's kind of like a fear of leaving. There's like this indecision or stagnation. And that's kind of where the issue is. They make me feel like you have this like this strong mindset to complete what you started, but there is just this there's just something stopping you. It's like okay. Let me just read you this card. This is the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know how to say this demon's name either. Decarabia? I know that's not how you say that. Decarbia? It says, it teaches the virtues of herbs and stones, makes birds appear and behave as though tame. So the Knight of Pentacles usually represents like someone that is doing something by the book. They are a very hard worker and they do things right. However, they do it very, very slowly because knights usually deal with movement. It happens very slowly. You know that it will get done right, but it will happen very, 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 very slowly. So these two cards tell me that whatever it is that you're doing, you want to do it. You want to go up to that. You want to feel accomplished. You want all of these things, but you are discouraged as heck because it is taking so long. It is literally like you are trying to beat a wall down with your fists. And in your head, you can do it. You will do it. Nothing's going to stop you. But there's also this mindset of like, why is it important for you to do that? Yep, I want to move back to be close to my parents this year. My plan on how to get there changed in terms of career. Now I have to find a different way. Yeah. It feels frustrating because I still don't feel like what you want to accomplish is not, it's not unaccomplishable, but the way you are going about it is making it impossible. Because, like, yeah, if you sit there long enough and hit the wall with your fist at some point, maybe it will, like, crumble, but you're going to be, like, ragged from it. Like, you're going to be, like, torn up from doing this. It's, like, literally putting everything into it and just absolutely getting nothing out of it. Because this card right here, because if these two cards were just here by themselves, I would be saying it in a different way. This Eight of Cups tells me that the way you're doing it is not working. You need to do something that's going to be more aligned with you. Stop doing it out of desperation and do it for a different reason. They're like, you need to do something that is in line with you. Because this card is very much like, what is best for you is best for your life path. Because until you do it, it's going to feel like you're going upstream. Do you have questions? And then they want me to also point out with this card, like I said, it's like it's like you're on a mountain. So on the mountain, you are like almost literally at the top of the mountain. So your brain says, I can't go back down the mountain and start over. That would be such a waste of time. However, you have a advantage of where you are now because you have perspective. Because you are up so high, you have the ability to look around you to see how you can do the same thing with the resources that you have faster. So, instead of trying to climb a mountain that is almost unclimbable, try to look around and find a mountain that is taller than what you're at now so that there is more ability for you to go up. Going to the top of the mountain is always the hardest part. It is the steepest part. It is the part where there is the least amount of oxygen. That's where you are right now. But if you can get on a mountain where you are down here and still have the ability to climb up, it's going to make it a lot easier. And at the same time, because you've climbed a mountain almost to completion already, you have the resources and the knowledge to be able to climb the second mountain faster and with more experience. Okay. And then for the questions, yes, there are questions for myself and my spirit guides. Thank you. That was encouraging. No problem. Okay. So I also got another reading. I think these are sold out now. No, I still have one left. Everything is fine. I'm gonna just... Those are sold out now. So we have Gina and Honey Pie. So Gina, you're next. Do you have a preference of tarot cards? As well as, do you have a question for Gina? So, big deck, transparent deck, demon deck, holographic deck. Yeah. I have to get eggs. So I'm like, I could do another reading, but I need to get eggs and I'm stressed. So we'll do Gina and Honey Pies and then we'll be good to go. But I am planning on doing other live streams this week. I'm thinking about doing a spirit guide live stream, a past life live stream, and charm casting, no question. Hollow deck. Literally just moving this deck is like the bane of my existence. It's so large. Okay. Past life? I'm excited. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to do the same thing all the time. Oh, you got one of the cards that, like, don't have a meaning. That's great. I'm gonna pull an extra one, just in case. Okay, whatever I need to know. Demon deck whenever it's my turn. Honey Pies. You got it. So, we are on Gina. Gina wants a general reading. And we're doing the hollow deck. So, you have the extra card. So, you have the pink fox and the blue herring. Which we'll get into, hopefully, what that means. And then you have the 3 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the World. Okay. Sorry, this card doesn't have, like, a meaning, so I have to, like, ask them what they want it to mean. Okay, so what they make me want to focus on is, like, prey versus predator. So, blue herring and the pink fox. They make me feel like you need to have a balance of both, and that's not it's not the answer that people expect. Because most people would say if you want to achieve things in life, you need to be a predator in the sense of you need to take things. But that is only going to get you so far. And also I view as more unethical, but, like, that's a different story. But they make me feel like you need to have a balance of both. You need to know when to give and when to take. And having like the specific mindsets of both is going to allow you to be catapulted further. So they're saying it in the sense of like understanding in an empathetic way is going to be more of a prey aspect, but understanding prey allows you to be a better predator and vice versa. Having a balance of both allows you to be able to figure out what to do. And that falls into like career, life path, that sort of thing. Of a like, you need to be able to understand both sides of the story in order for you to understand it fully. You can't just take one person's side over the other. You need to have compassion and understanding for others in order to be able to be what is needed, as well as be able to create things to push you forward. So it is, like I said, a balance of give and take. You need to give love and understanding, as well as be able to take the resources needed to do that. So they're like talking about a balance within your life, because they make me feel like sometimes there is a imbalance between the two where you feel like you can't do anything, like you feel like you can't take things for yourself because you feel a bit too like loud, or like you take up too much space. But there is a time and a place for it, and it is about intentions and about why you are doing it. So this leads you to the Three of Wand cards, which turns into the Three of Emperors. And the Three of Wand cards, usually it represents a progression, expansion, growth, and opportunity. The way that I view that card is it's kind of like you are standing in front of a door, and outside of the door you see all of your dreams come true. It is so dreamy and amazing that you think that it's not real. You think it's a mirage. And a lot of times people are worried about going out that door because they're worried about it not being true and not being real. But they make me feel like you know it's real and you know it's possible. But it's only possible if you are willing to take and give. There has to be a balance. It can't all be take and it can't all be give. So I don't know, they're like making me understand that like a lot of people take to get up to the top. So it's kind of like salesman mentality. They don't really care how much money they're taking from you. They don't really care about whatever it is. But the best salesmen are the ones that have compassion for the people they are selling to. So if you can combine compassion, which is giving, and taking the resources in order to be able to give, you will grow faster than if you were to do one or the other. Makes a lot of sense for me. So they're like kind of explaining the push and pull that you need to have to achieve your dreams, because they make me feel like your dreams are like very big and inspirational. She says, makes a lot of sense for me. They're talking about my personal life for sure. And then you have the Two of Wands, which turns into the Two of Embers. And it's upside down or in reverse. The Two of Wands represents two paths. And with the Two of Wands, it deals with ideas or inspiration. It usually talks about like planning for the future and planning for these two options. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of like you're worried about change. You're worried about indecision. You're worried about, like, it's kind of like a fear of the unknown. You're worried about making a change or making a left turn on this fork in the road. So there is this kind of like staying put mentality. But again, it is because of the lack of balance of give and take. If you are able to give and take, it's going to allow you to make the decision. It's not going to be an easy decision by any means, but it is going to allow you to see what is really important here and hold close your why for making the decision in the first place. The intentions are the things that are important. And that will lead you to your last card, which is the World card and the Life on Earth card. So the World card deals with completion, fulfillment, and abundance. It is usually everything that you could possibly want happening or coming to a head. So this is what you are looking towards. This is your goal. You need to create the balance, and they want me to say understand or observe situations from a wise point of view in order for you to be able to get there. You can't allow your emotions to manipulate or influence you in the wrong direction. Do you have questions for me? And then last one I have is honey pies. Honey pies, do you have a question and do you have a tech preference? No, that is great, thanks. Okay, honey pies. Do you have a question? Oh wait, sorry, I remember you told me already. Demon deck. Demon deck, whatever you need to know. I remember. It's hard to like keep up because I'm like talking to things and then I have to remember what's actually going on. It's fine, I'm here. Honey pies, we're doing demon deck. We got Page of Cups reversed. That one. Amy, what? Is there any Amy's here? I didn't know there was an Amy demon. That is hilarious. It's mostly hilarious because I have a sister named Amy. 6 of Pentacles. That's pretty funny, honestly. Alright. This card needs to be this way. Okay. First card, we have Stolas. I don't know how to say that, so it's my best guess. And they are the Page of Cups. And it says, it teaches astronomy and the values of herbs and precious stones. But it's upside down or in reverse over here. We have the Page of Cups. Pages usually represent a, like, such a regular name for, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, weird. But pages usually deal with people that are at the beginning of an adventure, so they are still learning things and they don't have a lot of experience. And the Cups cards usually deal with emotions. So the Page of Cups usually represents someone that's very open-hearted. They are very trusting and they have a lot of love to give. However, when it is in reverse, there is the issue of the page not having a lot of experience with stuff. So when something goes wrong, sometimes it can overtake the page. And when it becomes reversed, that is very much like it's usually from some sort of situation that went down that caused you to close your heart to things, to close your heart to people, and to feel distrusting of people. And that's where the issue kind of lies, is like there was some sort of betrayal potentially that causes you to second guess if people like you, if people have good intentions towards you, if people are actually supportive of you. And it makes you feel like you can't give people your true self and your true love and care to them because you're worried about being taken advantage of again. So this leads to your next card, which is the 6 of Pentacles, which is, I guess, Amy, which is interesting. And it says, teaches astrology and liberal sciences, reveals hidden treasures, and brings excellent familiars. I couldn't even tell you what this is a picture of, but it's upside down or in reverse. And the 6 of Pentacles deals with balance. So this is actually, because I know I was talking about the give and take last time. The 6 of Pentacles represents give and take. When this card is in reverse, there is an imbalance within that give and take. So it's kind of like one-sided. And that's where I think a lot of the issues come with the relationships that are in your life, is you give, and it is not reciprocated to people in your life. And that becomes an issue, and you're well aware of it, and it hurts. But the way I like to think of that card is it's kind of like pouring from an empty cup. You give and give and give and give and give until there's nothing left to give, and then you still give. And that is an issue because you're going to burn out. It's going to hurt you. It's going to just make you feel burnt out. And then it goes to your last card, which is Belief. I think that's how you say it. It says, causes all the love that may be both men and women. Causes all the love that may be both men and women. And this is the Knight of Cups. And this was sideways. So when I get a sideways card, it represents a decision or action. So this is my Prince Charming card. And Knight of Cups is very dreamy aspect. It is usually like finding your perfect whatever, your fairy tale come true, your happy ever after. That is the Knight of Cups. That is your Prince Charming card. But it's sideways because there is something happened. Some sort of betrayal that took all of your, like, happy, dreamy energy. Also, honey pies, are you a Pisces by any chance? Or have Pisces in one of your, like, major, like, top 3 or Venus? Just a question. Just a question. Because this is a very Pisces reading. It's very, you have a lot of dreamy energy, and then someone kind of shot you through the heart. So now you kind of are distrustful and, like, upset about everything. I'm a Pisces sun. This is a very Pisces reading. Because, like, this card is very Pisces. I don't know what the, like, what actually goes with it. But each tarot card actually goes with one of the, like, zodiac signs. I don't know what the zodiac sign is for the Knight of Cups, but this spread is very Pisces because a Pisces is usually someone that is very willing to give their, like, heart to people until they get betrayed, and then they are very closed off after that. And this Knight of Cups is, like, all of your dreams, aspirations, like, it is literally a fairy tale come true, but when it is sideways, it's like a question if that's really real, if that's really possible. It's kind of like you're second guessing if, like, true love is possible. It's second guessing if, like, your dreams are possible. And it's because, like, you got dealt a hard hand, and that hard hand is making you close off your heart to things, and it's kind of not a great situation. Does that make sense? Do you have questions about that? So that's a situation that's going on. You need to have that, like, balance and not allow things to be one-sided and get some of that, like, spark back, of that dreamy spark back. Because, like, one person or whatever situation that happened, it might be a failure in the sense of, like, love, passion, whatever, which I know sucks, is hard, but that is the only way to learn about how to deal with those situations. So these things are still there and are still possible, but it is only going to be your acceptance and allowance of what is capable of happening. It's kind of like your perception of reality will be that. It will not change. So if you believe you can't achieve your dreams, then that is your perception of reality, and your reality will be that. But if you think that you can be, like, a celebrity, that's going to be your reality. That's going to be how you view it. So they're like, don't allow someone else to shit on your parade, and don't allow things to be one-sided just because of other people's restricted mentality. But that was my last reading. If you guys have private readings with me, I'm planning on doing some of those this week. Also, if you guys donated during the New Year's Eve live stream, we're going to be focusing on that this week as well. I have tarot readings for, like, 9 people, so you'll be getting those. I have them recorded. I just need to send them out, and they're going to be general readings, and I recorded them, like, video recording. So you'll get an email sent to your, whatever email you used for PayPal, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. And we will be contacting those that got a Discord reading to kind of figure out how to schedule that. We want to also do the raffles, because we haven't pulled for the raffles yet. And then we will send those to you at some point. Because we'll probably have to contact you for those as well. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to figure that one out. So we're working on New Year's Eve live stream things. I have to go get eggs because people are telling me to go eat and get eggs so that I can figure out if I'm cursed or not. What?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. If you guys want to figure out if you're cursed or not, join our Patreon on Smoke and Mirrors. And we're doing that tonight at 7 p.m. EST. So if you are also in Coven, make sure you have your spells ready. If you need eggs or matches or whatever you're going to use, I'm excited to see if you are also cursed or not. That is solely the reason why I'm going. Because I want to know if people are cursed. Thanks for the reading. No problem. Thanks for booking readings. It really helps me out. Helps us out. Now I can go buy eggs, which are stupidly expensive for no reason, to figure out if I'm cursed or not. Also, if you guys want to join members, we are posting a video on Thursday at 7 p.m. EST, and we are doing a premiere. So we will be publicly in the chat while the premiere is going on, but we will be in a Discord call with members, so you guys can get the insider tea of what's actually going on during the video, because it has been crazy. So yeah. But the last thing I have before I go, we might be eating breakfast burritos or ravioli. That seems like that's the option. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm doing some more live streams this week. I'm planning on doing guides. I'm planning on doing like spirit guides. I'm planning on doing past life reading, and I want to do a charm reading potentially this week. But I want to do one every day this week, and it's going to probably be around 2 or 3 each day. So if you guys are interested in more of these readings, follow us on like Instagram and stuff like that, or like subscribe and turn on notifications so that you guys get notified when the live streams are going to go up. But I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go get eggs real fast before Coven. But yeah. Thanks again. Bye.